Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of very interesting bodybuilding updates. Actually, we have one very interesting bodybuilding update and a couple of other very interesting things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. They're stuck in my head since the Romania Pro and I have to unleash it in some ways. So the first thing we got, the news, the crazy news, is that Horse MD went back to bodybuilding again. So this bodybuilding news Instagram page shared this earlier, and they're usually very up to date when it comes to bodybuilding news, especially regarding the Brazilians. I don't know if they are from Brazil or they just follow other Brazilian bodybuilding pages, but yeah, they posted this today, and basically what they're saying is that Horse MD, Marcelo De Angelis, is going back to open. And this is absolutely crazy, guys, because as you probably know, Horse MD turned pro in open bodybuilding. After that, he prepped for a classic show, didn't make the weight. After that, he was in open bodybuilding again. Then after that, he competed in classic. This year, he did a Mr. Olympia as well. And now he's going back to where he started in open bodybuilding. I don't know why is this guy doing this, what the hell is he thinking? So the last time he announced he's going back to classic, it was because he wants to focus on the business and he wants to stay healthier. So that was his reasoning, and I thought it made a lot of sense. Did I think his physique is going to look the best in classic physique? No, absolutely not. I think his body is absolutely meant for the open. Yeah, he's a bit weaker from the back, but it's just gonna take some time for his physique to mature, to make improvements. He just needs to be more patient and not to abuse the drugs like a maniac and just try to get as big as possible. No, I think just with time and with a little bit more drugs, I guess, he can still make a lot of progress and be a really good open bodybuilder. He already was. He looked very competitive at the Prague Pro against guys like Martin Fitzwater and Chris Bumstead, of course. I think he took 4th at this show or 5th, something like that. He was one of the top guys at that show. Even at the Romania Pro the year before that, he managed to beat Nathan Diasha. He pushed Bakrus Tabani. Of course, Bakrus made a lot of progress in the meantime, but this version of Bakrus, he could have beaten him. And he actually looked very good next to Samson Dauda, who was already a very, very good bodybuilder at the time. So, yes, Horse MD can be a really good open bodybuilder. But in classic physique, no, man, no. His frame is too big. His waist is, I guess, too wide for the classic. He looked good enough to win a pro show, to go to the Mr. Olympia last year. And he posted this on his feed. I don't know how wasn't he embarrassed to actually post this with his glutes being this soft, soggy. Like there is a whole bunch of fat on his glutes. He actually looks natural, to be honest. And based on the caption, he pretty much was. So he says he competed at the Mr. Olympia with 100% health, improved my back a bit, and he says this preparation was practically without hormones and food compared to what my body was used to for 10 plus years. So, I mean, he's not saying he was natural, but he used very little. And he looks like he was almost natural here. So no hardness, no definition, no details. And when he is smaller, he loses that wow factor. So yeah, it's enough to qualify for the Mr. Olympia, but to actually place, to crack the top 10, that's not happening. Definitely not a chance. I mean, just compare it to this look from the Prague Pro, a huge difference. This was actually a very impressive showing from Horse MD. His legs were freaking massive, huge, round. He was full, he was big. He actually was pretty aesthetic for an open guy. He is not that aesthetic as a classic guy because I guess his waist blew out with the years of doing bodybuilding and now going back to classic. Won't work. If he always did only classic physique, sure, maybe he could have been a good classic physique guy, but this way, no. And I guess that's what he realized. And I guess he still loves bodybuilding. He's not ready to hang those trunks and focus on business and family and health. He wants to pursue bodybuilding furthermore, and now he's going back to the open, which again, I think is definitely a good decision career-wise. But I agree with him when he said he wants to do the classic because of his health and business. I get that. I'm there myself currently, but he can definitely do some serious damage as an open bodybuilder. He can get to the Mr. Olympia stage and compete and actually do really well. So in his case, this definitely makes a lot of sense. But him switching the classes every year is definitely a little bit crazy. He should just say, I'm doing open this year, or I'm doing classic physique my next show. Not I'm switching to the open, I'm switching to classic physique, because he can always come back, and he's allowed to do that. He just looks a little bit crazy, but there's nothing wrong with that if you ask me, guys. Whatever you think, tell me down below in the comments. Alright, now the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is, I already mentioned this briefly, but I want to take this a little bit further. So, as you guys know, I was at the Romania Pro, I watched this show live, and I was so amazed by so many competitors, and when Classic Physique started, I was really curious to see a couple of things. First of all, Josema, then of course Piotr, and also my guy Tomislav, how will he do against these guys? And it was Josema who was on the stage doing his posing routine, and after him there was Piotr. And I called AJ Kelly Roberts, he was in the audience, in the row in front of me, and I told him, man, I'm more impressed with Piotr than with Josema. We'll see what's gonna happen later, but right now, my first impression is that Piotr looks even better. And AJ was like, more impressive than Josema? No way, no way. And I was like, yeah, that's the way I see it. We'll see. I guess Josema is gonna win, but I was definitely more impressed by this guy because he looked absolutely nuts, man. Like, as far as the classic physique, he left the biggest impression on me. Yeah, Josema was super shredded, but really, he is a bodybuilder that made the weight, classic weight, and has crazy graininess. That's not only because he got the body fat percent down and he made the weight and he has so much muscle. No, that's something that certain bodybuilders have. Dorian Yates used to have it back in the day. There are some guys who also have it, and Josema is one of those guys. So he's super blessed genetically with that crazy gnarliness, graininess, hardness. So yeah, that makes him really impressive. He's also very wide, really muscular as well. But if you talk about a classic physique, this guy blew my mind, honestly. Piotr. His waist was tiny, his arms were huge, his legs were super massive, his taper was insane, his back needs some more work, but honestly, guys, I have no idea how he ended up in fourth. I was happy that, again, my guy from Croatia, Tomislav, beat him. But when I saw these guys, I was sure Josema and Piotr are definitely the top two. And I'm happy that Tomislav actually managed to beat Piotr. But how did Richard Nagy manage to do that? I feel like that was some sort of a mistake, honestly, guys. Yeah, here in this photo, he's maybe standing a little bit in front of Josema, but really, the guy is freaking huge. He's actually really freaking massive. He's big and his taper is great. He has great symmetry. For some reason, the judges didn't like him, or they made some sort of a mistake. I don't know what happened. It's really confusing to me. If somebody has an explanation, like, are there some politics involved? Did he do something wrong and they're punishing him for it? I have no idea, guys. Or is his physique bad in some way that I don't see it? I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Tell me down below in the comment section. And now the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is Andrew Jacked, because he's definitely by far the guy from this show that left the biggest impression on me. Man, I'm so happy that I actually saw this in person, because this was a freaking crazy physique. And the thing that I wanted to say to you guys in this video was that this is supposed to be the Mr. Olympia. I mean, I haven't seen Derek and Hadi in person, and I understand why they're beating Andrew, because they're more complete, but to have those shorter guys be the best bodybuilders in the world, I don't like it. When Andrew Jacked was on that stage, he looked like a creature from another planet. He looked like he wasn't human at all. Like, he was so big, so impressive, so crazy, that I think this sort of physique needs to represent all bodybuilding, and I really hope he's going to make the necessary improvements for the next year. I think he already improved his side pose at this show right here, so if he continues improving at this rate, he can definitely be good enough to win the Mr. Olympia next year. And if Samson actually comes in better and bigger, then that can be our top 2, our best of the sport, and I think that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Again, I understand why he didn't win the Mr. Olympia yet, but now I definitely understand the argument that a lot of people are actually making that he was supposed to win the Mr. Olympia. I was focused on who wins the majority of the poses, and I understood that Derek wins majority and that he should be the Mr. Olympia, but really, I think the size, the aesthetics, the height, the quality of the physique, it should all play a role, and honestly, I want Andrew Jack to win the Mr. Olympia next year, and I think he will. I think he definitely can, because in my opinion, this is probably the craziest, the most impressive open physique that we have today. I was blown away with his look at this show, but I'm comparing the photos from the Mr. Olympia and this show, and it seems like he was in better shape at the Mr. Olympia, so I have no idea how crazy that looked like. When he did a split here, the audience went wild. That was a crazy moment as well. He connected so well with the audience, which is definitely an improvement as well. You know, he wasn't that great of a showman until recently. He was kind of boring and not very interested on the stage, but at this show and at the Mr. Olympia as well, he definitely showed more of his personality, and it was amazing. He really made a show out of this competition. Crazy physique, man. If he improves his legs a little bit, especially from the side, and he changes those side poses, and he improves the conditioning or comes in the same conditioning next year, I think we're going to have a new Mr. Olympia next year, and it's going to be Andrew Jack. That's my prediction for the 2026, guys. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel for more content like this. If you guys need a coach for your show, for your off season, or to get in shape, whatever it is, DM me at Even Bodybuilding Coaching. I am not very expensive, I'm very affordable actually, and I'm very available for you guys. I'm always there. So again, Even Bodybuilding Coaching at Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you soon, all the best, and bye bye.